Alright, so here we have Mash Simulator, the beginning of Ninja Village. So this is the introduction to the story. Don't blink. There we go. That's the introduction to the story. So ultimately this this area is determined entirely on mashing. There's very little platforming. It's just some basic setup. Sort of this is how you get familiar with the controls. So the first thing you'll see here is a cloud step, which is a double jump that gets replenished by striking an object in the air. So initially we're just going to be using these lanterns. There will be an upgrade very shortly that will allow the runners to cloud step off projectiles, which is probably one of the most important mechanics. So the backstory is Ninja's been training all his life for the coming of the Demon King, and here's the Demon King. He's arrived. Big shout out to Rainbow Dragon Eyes for the music, which is incredible. Okay, so here we've got the scroll. This is the whole point of the messenger. You are the messenger because you're delivering the scroll. So they're both pretty much on par going into Autumn Hills, the first proper level of the game. So here we're looking to get 40 of these time shards, the little yellow crystals, which are used as currency in the game. We're going to be looking at getting 40 of those before reaching the first shop. That'll give us our first upgrade, Strike of the Ninja, which is that all-important projectile strike, which will allow us to cloud step off enemy projectiles. So we can see Renubris 40 exact. See, he's done this to me. He's done this. He did this to me last time, actually. It's Kodran, not Renubris. I'm looking at the file names. I've just come off an 8-hour shift, so a little bit confused. I'll be fine. So there you see Kodran using that projectile cloud step, and you'll just see Hivemind doing the same. So you just saw Hivemind take damage in the air there, and he dropped all the way down. That's another upgrade that we'll be picking up. The second wind, which gives you an air recovery if you press jump after being hit in the air. You'll be able to recover in the air. Hivemind is opting not to take the damage boost there. I'm going to switch the audio shortly. There we are. You can hear the music changes when you go underwater, which is a beautiful little detail. Kodran's audio appears to be off. Never mind, looks like we're sticking with Hivemind. So the main idea behind this this initial level is to optimize the platforming as much as possible. It's not a difficult level, it is just the introduction to the game, so we try and do this as smoothly as possible. As you see from Kodran, some very optimized platforming. and Hive Mind just a little slower on that same room. So the runners will be grabbing another 2 upgrades before the end of the level, just in this last shop as you see Kodran approaching now. So he'll be picking up the second wind, which is that air recovery, and also he'll be picking up the shuriken. With the added damage of the 3 shuriken here, we're able to one-cycle the leaf golem. So Hive Mind just going in to pick up his upgrades as well. Very straightforward fight, just mashing the slash button and throwing the shurikens, just dealing as much damage as possible. And no issues for Hive Mind there either. So Kodran's just entering the Sunken Temple, and he's just leaving the Sunken Temple. So we don't see this. Sorry, it's not the Sunken Temple, is it? It's Forlorn Temple. As I say, you just finished a long shift at work, so we don't see much of it in the 8-bit run. You just get dropped off the rickety bridge into the catacombs. So here we see Ruxton for the first time. He's the boss of this area, a formidable opponent. So we'll see him a couple of times and he'll just summon some enemies up to get in the way. So platforming in each level is a bit different. In this level it's much tighter. There's a lot of crushers, a lot more risk in some of the platforming, a lot more of these underwater saws and things like that. So question in chat, they are using their own personal split timers, which are in, they are racing against their own personal bests. So when you see those timers change colour, that means that for that particular split on the timer, they have fallen behind their best time. So the further the runners get into the game, the more of this beautiful movement tech that they will see. And also the more complicated the platforming gets to take advantage of that movement tech that's added. Kodran taking the late damage boost there. There are 2 damage boosts. You can take one underwater, or you can take one on the spikes there. There's not much difference in the time, but taking the spikes is slightly safer. Kodran taking that risky crusher skip there. And Hive Mind opting not to take the damage boost. Okay, so here we see the Ruxton fight. It's RNG dependent. We'll see what happens. What we really want to see is not that. That's probably the worst that could happen. What we want to see is him right at the top of the screen. On that small platform where he is now. So that's a new strategy that's been found recently. It allows us to maximise the damage. That's really the aim of the boss fights in this game, is to get the damage done as quickly as possible. The Hive Mind just entering the Ruxton fight now. A question in chat, this game any good? This game is excellent. So Kodran entering Bamboo Creek. Some of the most vexing platforming in the run. So no significant issues there for Hive Mind either during the Ruxton fight. So because of the nature of the platforming in Bamboo, we have a lot of minor skips that we do on these vertical climbs. Just timing jumps. The one cough cough out of bounds jump there, it's actually not deemed out of bounds because there's nothing to prevent you from jumping over that tree. I'm just having some little difficulty there on that downward jump. So here you can see Kodran going for one of these tricky little skips, which he nails quite nicely. And there's just skip after skip, all these little jumps that you see him do. There is a much longer way around. So what you saw Kodran do there is a, it looks like, yeah, Hive Mind's just taken a death. You can jump diagonally up at a lantern, and you can actually attack the lantern twice to get a second jump off it. So what we're looking for is 270 going into Howling Grotto. Which he's got, so that will allow him to buy Aerobatic Master along with the wingsuit upgrade, and you see him buy Currents Master, which is on the way. So Currents Master is used at exactly 1 point during the run, just at the end of this level. It just gives an underwater dash. You'll see Aerobatic Master used a lot as the downward strike while gliding. Now you see Hive Mind taking advantage of those diagonal jumps as well. He's opting to hit this shard to get some bonus time shards. He didn't really need to do that. He could have hit all the lanterns on the way down. So there's some talk in the chat about the replayability of games. This game is about to get a new game plus mode, which will iterate through rather like Dark Souls, in that the game will get harder each time you play it, and some progress will be retained. The speedrunning community is pretty excited for that. Incidentally, if anyone's interested in speedrunning this game, we do have a Discord. It's one of the nicest speedrunning communities that I've encountered. Everyone's really cool. Speaking of cool, I do have to shout out the devs, who I can't think of any developer that I've come across that's been so in tune with the speedrunning community. They've added some minor changes that make speedrunning this game much more pleasant. They're adding some text box skips in with the next update that will be activated with a key combination, so we won't have to mash our way through text boxes. So Kodran here with the Emerald Golem fight. It's the first really challenging boss fight, I would say. So again, maximising the damage, striking 7 times rather than the required 8, and then running to the left or to the right to get onto the airlifts as quickly as possible, maximising the amount of time that he has to attack the golem's core, and then positioning just to the left of the centre at the bottom of the screen allows a very quick kill on the second phase of this boss. No significant issues there at all. Quite a nice golem fight. And there you see Hive Mind with that one use of the Currents Master during this speedrun. In the full game speedrun, it gets used a lot more. There are a couple of areas with a lot more water in, so it does actually come in useful, and it will definitely come in useful during New Game Plus. So Kodran pulling ahead now into Quilshroom Marsh. Very much reminds me of the second area in Crypt of the Necrodancer. Might be the singing mushrooms that does it. So the subject of language has been brought up, and you can actually see that Kodran is running in Japanese. That gives the advantage of there is one fewer text box. It doesn't actually take any less time to render the text, but because of the length of the text, it does reduce the count by 1, which could save about 2 frames if you've got perfect mashing. So I might taking a little bit longer there to finish off Emerald Golem. Again, no major difficulty there. Yeah, as mentioned in chat, there are a few text boxes that you can't mash through, and Japanese does have fewer of those. And Hivemind is indeed using Russian, yes, which I believe is his native language. Kodran just finishing up Course Room. The Queen of Quills fight, quite easy to manipulate in theory. I'm quite bad at it, although it does help if you actually hit her, Kodran. So he's losing quite a bit of time here, giving Hivemind a chance to catch up. The Ninja Gaiden vibes are absolutely not surprising in the slightest. I believe the developers have stated that as quite a heavy influence. I got around finishing up his Queen of Quills fight, taking somewhat longer than intended. So Hivemind could have a chance to pull back some time here if his Queen of Quills fight is better. Kodran entering my favourite platforming of the game. So he's picking up his final mandatory upgrade, which is going to be the rope dart. I will stress, it's a rope dart. It's not a hook shot. It's not a grappling hook. It's a rope dart. So you'll see this massively speeds up the platforming. It allows you to grab on walls, lanterns, enemies. So Kodran just whiffing that skip a couple of times. And I think that's the first time I've seen anyone opt not to take the skip. You can see him getting as much use as possible out of the rope dart, because it is much faster than walking. And you'll see now some of the enemies are dropping little green orbs. These are single point health drops. It's one of the upgrades that he's picked up in the shop. Just missing a skip there. It is a fairly tight skip, that first Crags one. He's obviously valued the time up and decided that if he's not getting the skip, it's likely to be quicker to not continue going for it. Hivemind also having a little difficulty with his Queen of Quills fight. But finishing her off there. And there you see Quilbull. So Hivemind has taken a death, so he does get an extra little bit of dialogue there, just a few more text boxes to mash through. So Kodran entering the Colossus versus fight just as Hivemind enters Searing Crags. So this is an interesting fight, interesting in heavy quotation marks. The other thing that you might notice is that when using the rope dart, the runners aren't taking damage during the end animation. So if they time their rope darts correctly, they can avoid damage, which makes this fight fairly trivial. Although it is quite RNG heavy. So here you see Hivemind first try on that skip. Slightly sloppy platforming afterwards. So Kodran finishing up his Colossus versus fight. They only fight the ninja because they quite enjoy a fight. And because he beat them, they give him a lift up to Glacial Peak. So this is most people's favourite platforming. It's very technical. With good skill, it's very fast. Which means it's my least favourite area because I'm not very skilled. Yeah, the music's brilliant all the way through. So you can see the platforming in Glacial Peak really takes advantage of all of the movement tech. And the runners take advantage of the abuse that we can come up with. So we should talk about Halberd Guy. That's Halberd Guy. That's really all there is to say about Halberd Guy. He's a guy with a halberd. Okay, that's interesting. I've never seen that strat before. Not sure if that's actually faster or just swag. I have mine now, just taking on Colossus as Kodran's roughly halfway through Glacial Peak. Susi and Cooney found it. That does not surprise me in the slightest. Sorry, I was a little off on my count there. Kodran's just finishing Glacial Peak now. As Hivemind takes on Colossus Ursus. So he's a full level ahead now. So Kodran entering the Tower of Time. This is it's puzzle platforming with more focus on platforming than puzzling. the lasers here do a lot of damage, and we have these annoying teleporting wizrobes. So most of tower is just getting your timing perfect on the on these lasers, on the jumps and movement through the lasers. I'm wasting a lot of time there, and using his last shuriken, so he won't be able to use the last one where it would normally be used. So this is one of those rooms that looks kind of tricky, but it really isn't. Using his iframes to skip through the second set of lasers is the fastest way to take that room. It does leave him on 1 HP, but pretty much everything that does damage here will do more than 1 HP. So it doesn't matter if he's on 3 or 4 or 5. So this is where he would normally use that last shuriken. So Kodran just going into time wasting room here. It's, this room serves no purpose, just to waste time. I think it's designed to prevent the player from backtracking. So this is the cool but ultimately harmless second to last room in the 8-bit run. Both of them entering a cutscene with the robe dudes at pretty much the exact same time. So Kodran entering the Sigma fight. Sorry, the Arcane Golem fight. But come on, it's Sigma. Using the rope darts invulnerability frames there to abuse the boss. Alright, that's Kodran with a 34-33. A respectable time. was actually a minor update. Previously, the green orbs didn't drop. Bear with me a sec. Looks like we've got Kodran coming in for an interview. Hey,
Yo.
Kodran. GG.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like that was pretty good. There's some places that weren't great.
Right, your Krags was
Suboptimal.
that's a polite way of putting it. Yeah.
Dude, that elevator skip, I've had enough of that one in all my runs, so. Like the moving platform near the start, where I missed it twice and I was just like, nope, none of that anymore.
Yeah, I did actually mention that it looked like you'd weighed it up and decided that it would be quicker just going the casual way.
Yeah, and the Quillshroom boss, I don't even know.
Right, yeah, Hivemind had pretty much the same issue.
Yeah, once I missed the first hit, I kind of just went with the flow on that one. I did get 2 golds though. I golded Glacial Peak and Tower of Time.
Well, that's always good. You're not far off your PB there, are you?
It's 50 seconds. I did
exactly the same thing as you there. He's wasted a shuriken.
Oh yeah,
the last switch.
Oh my god, I threw it at the crystal right at the start. Yeah, I went for some swag. That glacial move where you go into the power seal room, I really liked
that was the first
actually.
time I'd seen that.
Yeah, I think
really cool.
I think Zelda Blade does it. I'm really not sure if it's faster, but it's worth
It
the
looks
swag.
great. It really does look great.
Yeah.
And your arcane fight was pretty spot on.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever done that strategy in a run before, so it kind of worked. It got me the gold.
And I saw you used your shuriken this time.
Absolutely. I was actually thinking about it because you mentioned it.
Yeah. I'm not sure how fair that is coaching the racers before a race, but there it is. Hivemind's just about to reach Arcane now.
I think he's just off PB pace here, as I'm watching the stream. Like, if he gets a really good fight, it's maybe possible.
So his recorded PB is a 39.53.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at some point he's gotten something like 39.22 or something. This is looking good for him either way. He's pretty consistently getting near his PB, so at least from what I've seen.
So he's opting not to use the rope dart strategy there.
Yeah. It's pretty scary, like, at first.
Yeah, I've never got the hang of it.
Yeah, you definitely have to practice it before going for it.
He has just missed PB there.
The laser circles take a little bit of time as well.
Still a respectable time.
Yeah, for sure. Did he get a death?
I think he took 2 deaths.
That's pretty decent, especially considering 2 deaths.
All right, we'll pull him in here. It looks like he's ready for an interview.
Hello.
Hey, GG.
Yeah, good race.
Yeah, GG.
Like, I saw the 34, 34, and I was like, what the fuck? Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I pretty much knew that I had no chance of winning here.
It's still a good time.
Yeah, it's okay. And last time was better, but I mean, last time I slept like 8 hours at least and practiced before the race. So yeah. Did you die at any point?
No, I didn't.
No.
I had a pretty pretty bad crags by my standards, and you know the spike platform that moves up and down, and you have to like jump around to get up near the start of crags.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I missed that a few times and ended up having to go around, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I died in bamboo and just, didn't play very well. So it's okay. I guess that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it from us.
Yeah. GG.
GG. Thanks for the race.
All right, thanks everyone for watching. It's been really good. It was a good race.
Yeah, also everyone in the chat, make sure you buy Messenger. It's like an amazing game and you'll love it. And there's so much more to it than what you've seen.
And the devs are adorable. They're really lovely. They're so good.
Yeah, shout outs to devs. They're doing a lot for the speedrun, I think.
Yeah,
they're very in tune with the speedrun community. As I said at the beginning of the stream, they're just a great bunch of guys, and they're always, they're always present. They're always there talking to us.
For sure.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks for racing, guys. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Yeah. Goodbye. Everyone follow Dream Hazard on Twitch. And
don't do that. I rarely stream.
All right.
Goodbye.
Thank you, guys. See ya.
All right. Take care, everyone. Bye.